welcome back to Lessons Learned. I'm Sherry. This is Finish It Friday, and we're going to see what I've finished this week and also what you have finished and sent to me to be shown today. So we have a really nice show and lots of items to show you, so I'm just not going to waste any time. First of all, you'll be happy to know that I am caught up on Happy Days. Yay! This was the very last block that I had to catch up on, and I already have a mailing on the way for January, so I'm caught up, but the show must go on, so I'm gonna keep up. I should have only 4 more mailings before this quilt will be ready to stitch up and be finished. So I've learned a lot. I've honed some skills. Still not perfect, but I'm feeling a lot more comfortable with my applique and foundation paper piecing skills, and hopefully I can keep doing projects like that so that and keep those skills going, keep things moving along and getting better and better. So these are, I actually did all 5 of these blocks this week. I just plowed through. I could just see the end, the light at the end of the tunnel, and I just kept going. So 5 blocks. I think I only had 2 last week, didn't I? Also, I was commissioned to make a landscape quilt, and I got that stitched up. Very simple. I was given an example for inspiration, a photo, and I just basically copied that example. I don't know where she got it from, you know, who the pattern belongs to, but I just did it out of my head based on what the picture showed. So this was supposed to be a gift for her neighbor, and this is the client that I've sewn for before. So got that finished and ready to deliver, and these 5 blocks, and now we're ready to go into what you have done. Let me get in here and see what's to show today. I've seen a lot of cool things come into the email. Okay, the first one I would like to show you is from Carol, and she says, here's my version of Pat Sloan's Autumn Wonders. It finishes at 47 by 47. Not sure if it will be a lap quilt or a wall hanging. I'm going to attempt to quilt it myself on my 570 Bernina, as I need the practice, and this will be for me to decorate our home next fall, and that's what I'll do. Have the binding ready, just need to find a backing. This will be a 2024 finish. So your quilt top got finished in 2023, and we're so happy you're showing it to us. And it's just a little bit of a smaller version of Pat Sloan's Autumn Wonders, but it's going to work out great as a wall hanging in your home for next fall. And I'm sure you'll do fine on that quilting. Don't be afraid. Just jump in and do some quilting on it. It'll be great. Great job. This one is from Dolores. She has done a kind of a redo of a quilt here. This one with the yellow binding. She was commissioned to kind of repair and finish a project that someone else had started and was unable to finish. And this was going to be a baby quilt for said person that commissioned her. So she took that apart and put some new quilting on it and a nice bright yellow binding, which pulls out the theme there in with the colors of the fabric. And I think this is sort of a, I don't know if it's a vintage fabric or not, but it has a medical theme to it, but it's kind of cartoonish. The animals, I think they're bears, are there as the medical staff. So this is really cute fabric. And then her other finishes was the Tula Pink zipper bags that she did there. She has 3 different ones, and this is the tiny, not Tiny Beast, just Beast, isn't it? Isn't it called Beast? one of her newest lines, if not the newest line. But the turquoise one there is of a turtle, and then the green and darker background purple is a rabbit, and then the one towards the front there is a goldfish. And then she also did another one that has a small heart pattern on the outside, and on the inside are cats. Yes, they are cats. Very nice job. And then Jennifer, who but was commissioned by me to take the leftover jelly roll pieces and make a quilt based on my pattern that I had about a month ago on a Wednesday video. She has got her top finished here, and she's got a full-size quilt here. This is a 20 block quilt set on point. And I love it. I just love it. And I love how you placed your squares on an, the color combination is on an angle and color groupings. And that looks great. She says it comes out to 52 by 65. So it's more like a large throw. And she said the setting triangle measurements that I had in the pattern worked out fine. And yeah, it's looking really good. Congratulations for getting that done. We appreciate it. I appreciate it. I love to see all the fabric get used up. So there's lots of stash busting patterns out on this channel. If you have leftover jelly roll strips or leftover charm pack squares, whatever, there's some kind of pattern on this channel for it. And it's usually a Wednesday video. Joy, she says she finished a quilt for her lovely mother who loves cardinals. This is very pretty. I love it. And the backing is very nice too, with the white and red large flowers. And I always like those patchwork blocks included in a quilt. This is just lovely. She's going to love it unless she's already seen it. I'm sure she's enjoying it already. And you got a nice big crosshatch quilting on there, which is adequate for this type of quilt. Very nice job, Joy. And then Sun-Dyed Carol. She said, I bought 9 1-yard cuts of this fabric at a yard sale years ago for $15 for all 9 yards. She didn't really like it, but it was a high quality cotton, so she bought it. And she's tried to incorporate it in her quilts over the years, but just never has. And she decided to make a one-color quilt, which she's never done before. And she was glad that she added borders because she thinks that made the quilt. Yeah, I see what you're talking about. Your little diamond partial borders there on each side. That looks really nice with that. She said she thinks this will be a charity quilt, and it measures 63 by 81. And she had enough of the fabric to use on the back as well. She free motioned a leaf pattern on it. So she's thrilled that she's not going to have to keep moving that fabric around after all these years. What did she say? How many years ago it was? I don't think she said, but years ago she said. So it's nice to move something that's been hanging around for a while, isn't it? Shelley has sent me some pictures to show. This is the first time she has sent some. This first one here is a gray and pink themed quilt, and you see that large wheel pattern in the center. Very pretty, and lots of nice quilting on that. I believe she mentioned in here that she really loves to quilt things to death. Not a thing wrong with that. Not a thing wrong with that. That's a style that some people like. I think it looks great. It's a very beautiful quilt. And there's another one here. It's the big purple rose. I forget what these are called. You can get them in several different colors, and then you do those piano key borders on the outside. And I see your quilting there is like a bubble pattern. Very nice. Beautiful. Kayleen has a finish here. She says it took all year to finally finish this top. Some of them are like that, aren't they? Well, we know our blocks of the month are like that, whether we whether we want them to be or not. But sometimes, you know, you have a project that just kind of lingers. I have several. She said didn't particularly love the fabric or the pattern, so it was hard for her to work on. She says hopefully it will be to my dad's liking. This is a Cluck Cluck sew pattern called Tahoe. I did alter the pattern to add sashing between each column, and that was for the purpose of making sure that she didn't have to match up the seams. So good thinking. If you don't like that uncertainty about matching up, that is a good remedy. You're very what's the word, innovative or problem solving type of quilting here. And she added some borders to increase the size of it, which made it 76 by 83. And she also has a Moxie XL, as I have, and she's going to quilt it on there. This is her 14th and final finish for 2023. Great job, Kayleen. You're staying busy in your sewing room. That is awesome. Marcella has several quilts here to show. She says here are 5 quilts that she got out into the mail recently. 4 for her great-granddaughters, and all 3-yard quilts were from Fabric Cafe. There's a scrappy one from her stash, based on a video from the sewing channel on YouTube, and all 5 quilts are backed in Minky. The 4 3-yard quilts she quilted herself, and the scrappy quilt she sent to a Longarmer. She says she has 12 more quilts to bind, and she'll be showing us some more. So that's an average of 4 quilts a month. So you are very busy, Marcella. Very, very busy. And that is wonderful. So let's take a look here. She has one that has a red and pink and cream theme to it. And remember, all these are backed in Minky. She has a scrappy one. And I see in your scrappy one, you've used some really cute dog fabric in there. And then you have another one that is pink and yellow and that has a Paris city themed hexagonal block. And then the other one is the one with the owls at the top. And then there's some other critters on there too. Raccoons, squirrels, rabbits, foxes, mice. That's really cute. Kind of a woodland themed with the shoe fly block on there. Those are adorable. Very good job. And I just think Minky makes a wonderful backing for a quilt. Here's another one that Shelly sent later. This is pretty impressive. This is a paper pieced wall hanging in oranges and blues and golds. Very impressive. I love that. Lots of different types of blocks there. Very nice. A lot of these blocks in this block of the month, Happy Days, is foundation paper piecing. As a matter of fact, this week, this one, and this one were all foundation paper pieced, and the other 2 were applique. So it really does make an impressive statement when you do the paper piecing. It's not for everyone, and I've had to push myself through. The first paper piece pattern I ever did years and years ago, I swore I would never do it again. But now I'm really, really liking it. So just give it a chance. And then the last one from Shelly is a smaller quilt here. Let's see, did she say anything? She didn't say anything about it, but you can see all the rich jewel tone colors there. And then it looks like maybe she has cut out and appliqued a print from another fabric, possibly, and then quilted that all over. I love it. I love it. That's very, very creative. Lots of nice quilting on there. Very pretty. I have a second one from Dolores. She had to make a whole bunch of bowl cozies, different themes here, ball themes, bees, floral. And then up in the top right corner, you see she's working on the same 2.5-inch block scrap patchwork that I am, but she's using a light background for hers for every other square. And if I'm reading her note correctly there, she has 123 squares. She's ready to put that together and make a quilt. Great job, Dolores. Mine's coming along too. Haven't shown it for a while. The one with the maroon squares. I think I have maybe 30 blocks or so. Okay, there's one more from, I said there was one more from Shelly. There's actually one more from Shelly, and this is a nice juicy quilt that she's made here in a stripe, kind of like a jelly roll race, but she has a strip down that one side off center with some different types of patchwork in it. That makes my mouth water, all those juicy colors. Beautiful. Pam. She says, I used a free block pattern from Erica Art and added her own borders and sashings. And she ultimately decided to use the yellow dot on white from Pam Kitty Morning that I was hoarding until I found the perfect pattern years later. There we go again. Fabric that's been in the stash for a while. She finally got it out. Good job, Pam. She says, a little tot will enjoy the colors and maybe learn to play tic-tac-toe one day. Yeah. That is kind of what it reminds me of. She's got John Deere fabric on the back with all those tractors on there. Great job. I love how that came together. Okay, now we can talk about Deb. She made several of these snap bags that I showed you last week in a video. How to make those. She made several here. She's got some bee-themed ones. She has some black and pink and some florals, look like daisies. And then she also has some that she used up a block, kind of like a grandmother's fan block, Dresden block, that wasn't quite right, and she cut it down to use it for these snap bags. Fabulous idea. So there's another idea for you. Those turned out great. So I have a video out there on how to make this snap bag. If you're interested, it was just a couple of weeks ago. Let me see. I think we might have one more from Pat. She made an eyeglass case for her sunglasses. And that's, again, from the snap bag tutorial that I had a couple weeks ago. And she said she's going to be making some more. That's cute. It's got parrots on it. And yes, I'm using my little eyeglass case that I showed you on Monday that I had made. It's in my purse. And I'm going to make another one because I'm using like a dark leather one for my other glasses. And every time I go into my purse, I can't find it because it's dark. Because it's dark colors. So I'm going to make another light colored contrasting to the one with the selvages so that I can see both of them when I look in my purse. So great job, everyone. You did awesome work. Everybody's been so busy. I love it. I hope I didn't miss anybody. If I did, let me know and I'll get you on first next week. One other little announcement. I did pick the winner on Monday for the light box. If you didn't see all of that, it was Jeannie Johnson, and she has received it. So that's over with. This past Wednesday, if you didn't get a chance, I did a time lapse of the setup of my Moxie XL long arm. If you want to see that, if you don't want to watch the whole 38 minutes, you can speed it up even more. Just hit the little gear button on your YouTube and pick a faster speed, and you can make it go even faster than that. Or if you don't like the music or whatever, you can just turn the music down, speed it up, and you'll be done in a lot quicker time frame if you've been kind of holding off watching that. Let's see, is there anything else? I can't think of anything else I needed to tell you. I'm still practicing on my long arm. It's going well. I've got a couple of quilts back from Mary. She's got all of my long arming done that I had sent to her earlier in the year. So I'm getting busy getting some bindings together to put those on, and I think that's what I'm going to do this weekend. I think I'm going to get 3 quilts bound, and then on Wednesday I'll have a quilt show for you. So hang on to that. But first, come back here on Monday for Monday Quilt Chat, and then we'll be back around here on Friday again for Finish It Friday. So have a great week. Get in your sewing room if you have any time at all, and do something fun for yourself. And I just hope that you have a great weekend, and we'll be back on just the normal schedule next week. All right, have a great one, and we'll see you soon. Bye.